Hello and welcome back to our next lecture on learning Autodesk Inventor. In this video we are going to continue with the presentation mode, and we are going to make an example. We are going to make an exploded view of a particular assembly, and we are going to learn more about the tools and how to use them. Okay, let's go and start a new presentation. Let's go choose the standard option, and now it is asking us to choose an assembly. I will not choose a assembly from my project folder. I'm gonna choose another one, and let's go and choose this one. We already have an exploded view, but we are gonna do one more time. Okay, just skip the warnings because it is telling us that this is not part of this project. Okay, so this is the assembly model which we inserted, and again, I haven't done this by myself. I just found it on the internet, but it is just as an example to show you how to use this tool. Of course, we can here choose a perspective mode, and it will look more real if you want it. Okay, now how do we make an exploded view? To do that, we will need to go to the component panel and choose the tweak component option here. Now it is asking us to choose a part. We can of course select two parts at once, but let's do it first with one part. So you select your part, and now we have this three directions which we can pull it out. So we can either choose this direction or this one here. So let's choose this one first, and let's move it in this direction first. And when I click OK, I have moved it out, but I also created a timeline here. So if we go to the beginning and click play, now it will automatically move. So we are making at the same time a sort of a video of the parts. Okay, so let's go to this end here and continue with the other parts here. So just like I said, we can also make two parts at once. We can choose this part here, and then this part here, and then I will move this outside. I will move this in this direction here, and I will move this in this direction. I can also move them manually by clicking at this dot here. I can move them in multiple directions. Just like this. Move it here. Let's zoom out. Then we can go with this part here, then with this one. And as you can see, it is automatically making a timeline each time when we start a new tweak component. Then this one. Oops, I moved it too far. Let's move it here. Move this here. And so I think there are no more parts left. Okay, let's click OK. And now we have this time lapse. So if I go back and click play, now the parts will move out. Oops, I zoomed in. So it is still playing, It's a little bit slow, but still you can see how it works. We can of course change the delay time if we want it. So this is how it actually works. Let's just see how this will finish up. Okay, so that's basically it. This is how the tweak component works. And like I said in the previous section about the lecture on the drawing, we can make this exploded view as a drawing, because sometimes you cannot see these parts here, and you will need also to make dimensions about them. So in order to do that, we can just go create new view, but I'm going to explain that in a special lecture. I'm not going to explain this in this lecture. So of course we can now rotate and see the parts, and we can still edit them, we can move them around, and we can place them together. And I wanted to show you also another feature, which is this capture camera, which captures the position of your camera. So now if we are in this position, I make a capture, then I move it in this direction here, I make another capture, then it will make a video about that. But I will explain that in another video, in another lecture. Okay, so I want to save now this exploded view here. Let's go File and Save As. Now let's call this Build Engine, and let's choose a location. I will save it on my projects here. Okay, save. Now just click yes to all, because it's not part of our project, but I want to add it as our project files, and now it will be saved. So that's it for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lecture. Goodbye.